In the middle of the ocean, a helicopter and 3 rescue boats approach the site of an accident. It is discovered that a NASA capsule suffered an incident, and astronaut Sam needs to be rescued. They place her on a boat and quickly take her to the hospital. Sometime later, Sam wakes up feeling extremely dizzy. Looking around the room, she is surprised to see a pen floating above a tray. She is about to reach for it, but gets distracted by some people entering the room. When she looks again, the pen is on the tray. Sam then ends up vomiting, and the doctors inform her that this is normal. They ask her some questions to check her mental health, and she mentions the pen. The doctors explain that zero-gravity hallucinations are also common. Sam's hand is swollen but not broken, so she probably just bumped it during the landing. They want to know what occurred, so she shares her story. Sam received some coordinates from Mission Control, and everything seemed to be going well, but then she believes she collided with something. Sam thinks she blacked out during freefall, but is not sure about it. The doctors state that something pierced the capsule and broke her helmet. They do not know what it was, but suspect it might be meteor debris. The particles in her suit are being analyzed for answers. Later, Sam is visited by her husband, Mark, and her daughter, Izzy. However, since she is still in quarantine, she can only talk to them through a glass wall. Her father, William, also comes to see her and informs her that the Pentagon will work with NASA to investigate the accident because they want to decipher some mysterious frequencies they detected during her re-entry. A government house has been designated for her so she can recover without being bothered by reporters. A doctor interrupts the meeting to take Sam for more tests. She touches Izzy's hand on the glass and promises that she will see her soon. When it is finally time for Sam to move, a complete entourage takes her to the secluded house. Dr. Michelle makes a visit and explains that the government bought the land in the 50s for weapon testing and that it is currently a residence for diplomats. There is a telescope outside so that Sam won't miss space. When she tries to use it, she hears a painful scream and begins to feel dizzy and have visions of strange memories. Michelle tells her this is common and comforts her until the noise disappears. Afterwards, Michelle reminds Sam that she should expect all kinds of symptoms, such as nosebleeds and hallucinations. She needs to focus on recovery if she wants to return to work because she will have an evaluation test in 2 months. The doctors will visit her every morning to check her condition. After the team leaves, Sam feels a strong headache, so she measures her temperature but does not have a fever. She also fiddles with her bandage to check her hand and notices a large purple bruise. Then she starts unpacking, but needs to stop when her nose begins to bleed. Sam goes to the kitchen to get a cloth for her nose and receives a video call from her best friend, Val. While they chat, Sam suddenly freezes and focuses her gaze on the backyard for several seconds. Val continues calling her name until she snaps back and apologizes, saying she thought she saw something. After moving to another room, something moves in the shadows outside. The conversation continues, and Val advises Sam to minimize her symptoms so that she can return to work soon. After the video call, the lights in the house begin to flicker, and a loud noise is heard in another room. Sam goes to investigate and finds the floor covered in dirt and rainwater. There is a chair on the floor, and the backyard door is open. Sam goes outside to use the telescope. She observes the forest and notices something moving in the shadows, but it quickly disappears. With a memory in mind, she approaches the forest and throws a stone in the area where she saw the movement, not realizing that the mysterious being is now on the roof of the house. Suddenly, she begins to hear the screeching sound and sees the same visions filled with lights and people walking in a dark crash site. The following morning, Sam wakes up and realizes she is not wearing the bandage. She also notices that the bruise is spreading. While making breakfast, she is shocked to see an egg floating above the counter. Sam pokes it, and it sways in the air, and when she grabs it and lets go, it continues floating. However, when the medical team arrives, the egg falls and breaks on the counter. The rest of the morning is spent with Sam undergoing dozens of tests. While exercising, she feels a sudden pain in her foot and claims it is just a cramp. After the tests, Sam lies down with ice on all the painful spots on her body. Michelle apologizes for the intensity of the exams, but promises that all the collected data will be very useful for the space program. She asks Sam if she has noticed any other symptoms, and Sam pretends to be fine. After the medical team leaves, Sam calls Mark and says she would like to take a family trip after her recovery. Mark disagrees with the idea as he believes Izzy shouldn't see them together in case they get divorced. Sam feels hurt and says they are still trying to work things out, but Mark mentions that they almost lost her, making everything harder. She was away for months in training and was in space, and he knows she will accept another mission as soon as the opportunity arises. A desperate Sam insists that they are very important to her and that she wants Izzy to have the family she didn't have. It is revealed that Izzy is adopted because the couple couldn't have children. However, Mark doesn't believe this brought the closure they expected. Izzy interrupts the conversation to show her drawing of the family with some space beings in the sky. Afterwards, Sam decides to take a walk in the forest and begins to hear the painful noise again. She holds her head while visions of a search team in a smoky area invade her mind. When it finally stops, Sam looks down and is shocked to find a cable underneath the leaves. She begins to follow it and discovers a stone with a light inside. When she lifts it, she confirms that the stone is fake and that there is a camera underneath. Worried, Sam looks around for another cable. She finds one and follows it, revealing a second fake stone with a camera. When she starts to head back, she trips over a tree root and hits her head. Then Sam wakes up in her bed with a strong headache. She touches her hair and finds blood. At that moment, she notices someone outside and is startled to see a man entering the room. He says they found her outside with a severe injury, so they brought her inside. When Sam asks who they are, she finds out that William came to visit her. He explains that he called a search team after arriving and finding the house empty, criticizing her for not resting. Sam asks about the cameras and William reveals that he did not inform NASA about all the details of the house because he did not expect Sam to go so far. He then takes her downstairs and opens a hidden secret area behind the furniture, confirming that it is a safe house. They go down another staircase while William explains that this house was built for important people who need to hide temporarily. When the final door opens, they enter a large area with many dormitories. The back room is the central system that operates with its own power source. William turns on the computer and shows Sam that there are dozens of security cameras around the house. In case of emergency, the building shuts down behind 3 layers of the hardest materials known to man. There is also a defense system, but William doubts she will need to use it. After leaving the area, the screens start to glitch. After William leaves, Sam checks on her hand, noticing that the bruise has now reached her arm. She takes a photo and sends it to Val before taking her medication. Val replies that she just needs to put ice on the bruise and that she will be fine. At night, Sam relaxes in the jacuzzi outside as the wind blows strongly around her. Suddenly, the wind stops, and Sam hears strange noises in the forest. After just a second, the wind starts blowing again. Worried, Sam goes back inside and calls Mark, but it goes to voicemail. At that moment, the lights begin to flicker. Then, Sam grabs a flashlight and goes to the porch but sees nothing strange. When she goes back inside, the lights go out and a mysterious monster appears at the door. Sam takes a minute to process what she sees, and when she looks again, the monster is no longer there. Then the lights come back on, and Sam decides to open the door. She looks around with the flashlight but finds nothing this time either. Sam goes back inside and makes sure to activate the alarm as she locks the door. On her way to the bedroom, the house's AI suddenly announces that there has been a breach and the lockdown is initiated. Metal panels rise to block all doors and windows, trapping Sam inside. She immediately tries to make a call, but her phone has no signal. After the screeching sound hurts her ears again, Sam hears a noise behind her and turns around, but there is nothing. A growl can be heard in the adjacent room. So frightened, Sam descends as the creature passes by her. Hearing the noise approach, Sam runs to the power switches and presses all of them, but it doesn't work. The exit doors do not open either. At that moment, the doorknob to the bedroom starts to move, only to stop when Sam points the flashlight at it. After hesitating, she decides to open the door and goes out to investigate. Soon the lights flicker, and a plant shakes near the window, startling Sam to the point where she drops the flashlight. She quickly picks it up and observes the plant, only to scream when a strange hand suddenly touches the glass. Sam runs down the stairs and opens the secret entrance, rushing to the bunker area to access the security cameras. At first, the screens seem to be malfunctioning, but eventually she finds the right button and turns them on. Sam watches the area around the house and finds the terrifying creature crouched in the grass. However, when the light flickers, it disappears. Suddenly, Sam is awakened by the touch of her phone and realizes she has fallen asleep at the computer desk. She runs upstairs and finds William with his team. She informs him that there is something wrong with the generator. William confirms that they detected power failures and sends his team to work. Sam tells him that something entered the house, so William promises to check the security recordings. Then, the tests begin. Michelle observes the purple spots and admits they do not appear normal, so she will schedule an X-ray. Sometime later, Mark and Izzy come to visit Sam. While William spends some time with his granddaughter, Mark and Sam go into the forest for a private conversation. Sam tells him that she saw a creature that is not from this world and wonders if she brought an alien back with her upon landing, since her mission involved transmitting signals to space. Before Mark can respond, they are interrupted by Izzy. Minutes later, William and Sam check the security cameras. The moment Sam spotted the monster, the screens start to glitch, but there are no monsters in the grass. William thinks she is seeing things due to stress and reminds her that she needs to rest. As soon as William goes upstairs, Sam makes the computer scan the house and detects 9 people, which correspond to her family and William's team. Izzy and her parents go for a walk in the forest, and Mark actually shows some affection. Suddenly, they hear a strange noise and realize that Izzy is missing. They begin to search for her desperately, until Izzy appears behind them with a dead insect in her hand. All the insects in the forest start to scream, and one even collides with a tree, frightening the family and making them flee. The noises increase as they run, and to their dismay, thousands of insects start to emerge from the forest. The family runs to hide in the house and watches horrified as all the insects land on the windows, blocking out the sunlight. Moments later, the insects disappear, and the glass becomes extremely sticky. When the couple takes a look, they realize that all the insects are dead outside the windows. A cleanup crew soon arrives to deal with the mess, and a NASA employee theorizes that it was an environmental problem. Sam asks for updates on the tests conducted on her capsule. However, the labs still do not have results. Mark leaves with Izzy but promises that they will come back to visit her later. After that, Sam realizes that her foot feels strange and takes off her shoe, only to discover that her toe is bleeding. She rushes to the bathroom, removing the sock to wash her toe, but a closer look reveals that the wound goes up to her leg. When she touches her toe, she screams upon realizing that her nail has come off. After bandaging her foot, Sam puts ice on her injured arm. The lights begin to flicker, and she pushes a table against the back door out of fear. She also researches strange incidents with insects online, and discovers that geomagnetic disturbances could be the cause, which some people link to UFO sightings and abductions. Images in the article show creatures and people with bruises similar to hers. Feeling something on her back, Sam runs to the bathroom and looks at herself in the mirror, discovering that the purple spots are also on her scapula. The lights flicker again, so Sam hurriedly activates the alarm before heading down the stairs. Strange noises can be heard in other rooms already. At that moment, Mark calls to inform her that he is on his way, and Sam asks if she was a good mother, leaving Mark confused. As the lights continue to fail, the house AI announces another breach, followed by lockdown. Sam warns Mark that there is something in the house before hearing the approaching noises. Soon, Mark's voice on the phone transforms into a jumble of nonsense. Sam is going down the stairs to the bunker when suddenly she feels an unbearable pain in her back that causes her to fall. Sam rolls down the stairs and lands in pain. When she touches her back, her hand finds a mysterious gelatinous substance. After realizing that her phone is broken, Sam hears the noises from above and runs to the computer. She checks all the cameras but sees no one. Then she scans the building, and the computer reports that there is another person besides her. The screens begin to glitch as a monster finally appears inside the house. Terrified, Sam shuts off the cameras. The computer runs another scan and now confirms 2 more people in the upper floors. Sam tries some buttons, and the ceiling starts to release smoke in the room. She runs to the adjacent room and finds the kitchen, only to hear the noises coming from there. After hiding behind some furniture, Sam sees the reflection of the monster on the stove. Fortunately, it does not see her and walks away. But when she tries to sneak toward the door, a second creature enters, and she needs to hide again. Sam hopes this one also moves and runs for the door. Then Sam hides in one of the bathrooms and blocks the door with furniture. Suddenly, her injured hand begins to hurt, so she removes the bandage, only to discover that her skin is covered with a mysterious substance. The creatures bang on the door, so Sam hides in the shower just in time as they break in. Noticing an air duct, she kicks off the cover and manages to open a panel that allows her to run between the walls. Outside the house, Mark and Izzy arrive and notice that the building is on lockdown. Mark tries to call Sam, but to no avail, so he gets out of the car to investigate. Izzy sees something nearby and runs off on her own. Mark follows her and finds her pointing at a light in the forest. Back to Sam, she returns to the hallway and goes up the stairs, but the monster grabs her leg and makes her fall. After some struggle, she manages to kick its paw and continue moving. Sam sneaks into another space between the walls as her wounds glow intensely. Eventually, she finds a ladder and climbs up through an opening in the forest. As she runs between the trees, more of her wounds start to glow, and she continues to hear the sound of the creatures, but not her family looking for her. On the road near the house, William arrives with a team of armed men. He reminds them that they are dealing with something very intelligent before sending them out. As the soldiers explore the rest of the house, William goes to the bunker and finds a mess. In the forest, Sam falls to the ground and hears the monsters approaching, so she pleads for mercy. Suddenly, one creature lifts her chin and looks at her with gentle eyes, asking in her language if she can understand them. Sam is stunned to realize she understands every word. More creatures appear as the first one says they have missed her. When she asks who they are, the creature replies that they are her family. As Sam remains confused, the creature rests its forehead on hers, asking her to remember. The visions from the beginning are now clearer in Sam's mind. It turns out that she is an alien, and her family crashed on Earth many years ago. A team of soldiers led by William tried to capture them, so the aliens fled as fast as they could. In the confusion, Sam got separated from the others, so she used a device to camouflage her body. When William found her, she looked like a small child, and on that day he adopted her. Her alien family never stopped searching for her, knowing the camouflage would disappear after a few years, and it was they who pierced her capsule. In the present, Mark and Izzy find Sam surrounded by aliens. Izzy is terrified by her mother's glowing body, and Sam reassures her, saying that no one will hurt her. William interrupts the moment, confirming that he always knew what she was. He inspired her to become an astronaut on purpose, and sent her on that specific mission as bait. Now he wants to capture the aliens as government property, so he calls his team. William tells Sam to tell the aliens to surrender, but she refuses. When he pulls out his gun, Mark knocks him to the ground and punches him a few times. Meanwhile, Sam's camouflage finally ends, and she reveals her true alien form. The soldiers approach, and Mark tells Sam to run for her own good. Izzy raises her hand, and Sam touches her with her paw before fleeing with her family. When the soldiers arrive, the aliens are leaving Earth in a very bright spaceship. Izzy, happy for her adoptive mother, smiles and bids her farewell forever.